Assalamu alaikum. This is Btv-Chattogram welcoming you to the English news from Btv-Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. Bangladesh's garment export grows to 11.71% in US market last year with total export of $8.2 billion US. Employment, education, and medical sectors to be given priority in upcoming budget, says Finance Minister. Maximum media freedom to be ensured based on accountability to ensure free information, says Information Minister. Book readers thronged to Ekusha Book Fair in the capital during the holiday. Bangladesh's strong support for Palestine appreciated in foreign ministers' meeting with counterparts of other countries in OIC meeting in Jeddah. Pakistan declares war on Afghanistan, carrying out airstrikes in Kabul and Kandahar. And New Zealand score 152 runs, losing 7 wickets in 19.3 overs against England in Super 8 match of T20 World Cup in Colombo. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. Despite an overall contraction in the United States apparel import market in 2025, Bangladesh registered strong growth, reinforcing its position as a key supplier to the world's largest consumer market. According to data from the Office of Textiles and Apparel (OTEXA), total U.S. apparel imports stood at $77.88 billion during January-December 2025, marking a 1.74% decline compared to the same period in 2024. In terms of volume measured in square meter equivalent, U.S. apparel imports fell by 3.70%, while the average unit price increased by 2.3%, indicating continued pricing pressure amid softer demand. In contrast to the overall downturn, U.S. apparel imports from Bangladesh rose to $8.20 billion in 2025, the second highest annual figure on record, registering an impressive 11.71% growth over January-December 2024. For December 2025 alone, imports from Bangladesh increased by 3.33% compared to December 2024. Bangladesh's share in total U.S. apparel imports reached 10.53% in 2025, consolidating its position as one of the top sourcing destinations for American buyers. Among other major suppliers to the U.S. market in 2025, Vietnam accounted for 21.50% of total apparel imports, followed by China with 13.66%, India held 6.35%, Cambodia 6.20%, and Indonesia 5.98%. While China continues to lose ground in the U.S. apparel market, Bangladesh and Vietnam displayed similar trends in terms of value growth, unit price, movement, and volume performance. However, Vietnam still maintains a significantly larger overall market share. The data also show that growth in the second half of 2025 was weaker than in the first half for the overall U.S. apparel market. Imports during the final 3 months of the year were lower than expected amid uncertainty surrounding reciprocal tariffs and subsided consumer demand. Even in this challenging environment, Bangladesh's strong export performance underscores its competitiveness, product diversification, and growing compliance strength in the global apparel supply chain. Finance Minister Amir Khusru Mohammad Chaudhry said that the employment, education, and medical sectors will be given priority in the upcoming budget. He told this to reporters while visiting the proposed site of the construction of the BNS Ulka Hospital under the supervision of the Bangladesh Navy at Botinga in the port city of Chattogram in the afternoon. The Finance Minister said taxes will have to be increased to overcome the difficult situation of the economy. At the same time, foreign investors will have to be attracted for investment. He said initiatives will be taken to build necessary institutes, including establishing general and specialized hospitals to meet the shortage of nursing institutes and medical technologists in the health sector in the country. During the visit, Chattogram Naval Area Commander Rear Admiral Muhammad Moinul Hassan informed the minister about the location of the land, geographical environment, communication system, surrounding infrastructural facilities, and future development prospects. Captain of the BNS Ulka, senior official of Chattogram Development Authority (CDA), Deputy Commissioner's Office, and the concerned land office were present on the occasion. Later, the finance minister joined the Iftar Mahafil organized for BNP leaders and activists and local fasting people at the Chattogram Port Stadium. Chattogram City Mayor Dr. Shahadat Hussain, Member of Parliament Abu Sufyan, among others, were present on the occasion. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapun has said the highest level of media freedom will be ensured by defining the scope of accountability based on the opinions of journalists and all stakeholders in order to guarantee the free flow of information to the public. He made the remarks today while responding to questions from journalists after a meeting at the Borshal Circuit House. The minister said the overall media management system needs to be brought under a modern framework. He noted that Bangladesh has not yet fully integrated with the new media ecosystem shaped by modern technology-based global systems. He pointed out that even before and when the Ministry of Information was established, technology-based media did not exist. However, despite the rapid expansion of technology-driven media in recent times, the necessary adjustments to align with this new landscape have not yet been fully achieved. The Information and Broadcasting Minister said that the government's policymakers will gradually ensure the free flow of information to the public through consultations with all concerned parties. Earlier, he distributed checks from the Bangladesh Road Transport Authority (BRTA) among victims of road accidents. On the occasion, 61 victims received checks totaling 2 crore 17 lakh taka. Today marks the second day of the Amar Ekushe Book Fair, the most cherished festival of the Bengali people. On Friday, the weekly holiday's special arrangements have been made at the fairground since morning. The gates of the Amar Ekushe Book Fair opened at 11 a.m. At Soror Diutan and the premises of Bangla Academy in the capital, various attractive arrangements have been made for children and teenagers. Stalls have been decorated with a wide range of new books, especially for children. During Shishu Prohor, children are immersed in the smell of new books and colorful covers. The fairgrounds are lively with the footsteps of children arriving hand in hand with their parents. Every Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Shishu Prohor will be observed. Due to various considerations and limitations, this year's fair will last only 18 days. It is coincided with the month of Ramadan. Publishers were concerned about visitor turnout and book sales. Nevertheless, publishers remain optimistic following the sales of the first and second days. The Amar Ekushe Book Fair 2026 began on February 26th. The fair runs daily from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. and on holidays from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. This year's fair will continue until March 15th. Foreign Minister Dr. Khalilur Rahman held bilateral meetings with foreign ministers of several countries on the sidelines of the OIC Executive Committee meeting on Palestine in Jeddah of Saudi Arabia. In these meetings, Bangladesh reiterated its strong position on the Palestine issue and emphasized increasing diplomatic activity. In Jeddah, Dr. Khalilur Rahman held separate meetings with Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Mohammad Ishaq Dar, Saudi Arabia's Deputy Foreign Minister Walid A. Akharazi, Turkey's Deputy Foreign Minister Musa Kulalikia, Palestinian Foreign Minister Dr. Varsen Ohanes Vartan Agabaykian, and Gambia's Foreign Minister Serin Moduneji. The Gambian Foreign Minister presided over the Executive Committee meeting. In the meeting, world leaders congratulated Tariq Rahman on the landslide victory of BNP in the national elections of Bangladesh and assuming office as the Prime Minister. He also hoped that political stability will come to Bangladesh under his leadership and the pace of development will accelerate. The accelerated and appreciated Bangladesh's strong support for the Palestine issue and expressed full support for Bangladesh's candidacy for the presidency of the 81st session of the United Nations General Assembly. In a meeting with the Pakistani Foreign Minister, Ishaq Dar recalled his meeting with the late Prime Minister Begum Khalida Zia last year. In a meeting with the Turkish Deputy Foreign Minister, both sides highlighted the historical relations between Bangladesh and Turkey. At the same time, they also agreed to increase cooperation in various sectors. The Deputy Foreign Minister of Saudi Arabia expected Prime Minister Tariq Rahman to visit Saudi Arabia soon. He also invited Foreign Minister Khalilur Rahman to visit Riyadh. On the other hand, Dr. Khalilur highlighted the bright prospects of Saudi investment in Bangladesh. Both sides also agreed to work together to realize these prospects. Saudi Deputy Foreign Minister Al-Khariji also sought Bangladesh's support for the reform initiative taken to enhance the effectiveness of the OIC Secretariat. In a meeting with the Palestinian Foreign Minister, Dr. Khalilur Rahman reiterated Bangladesh's unwavering support for the establishment of an independent and sovereign Palestinian state based on the pre-1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. The Palestinian Foreign Minister appreciated Bangladesh's continued support. He also assured that the Arab Islamic bloc would support Bangladesh's candidacy for the presidency of the United Nations General Assembly. In a meeting with Gambian Foreign Minister Serin Moduneji, Dr. Khalilur Rahman thanked Gambia for its continued support on the Rohingya issue. Now, international news. Pakistan's Defense Minister Khwaja Asif said it is now open war between Pakistan and Afghanistan's Taliban government as explosions are reported in Kabul and fighting continues along the border. Hours earlier, Taliban government spokesperson Zabiullah Mujahid said Afghanistan was carrying out large-scale offensive operations against the Pakistani military along the Durand Line that separates the two countries. Pakistan said it killed 133 Taliban fighters while 2 of its security personnel died. According to Afghanistan, 55 Pakistani soldiers were killed while 8 of its fighters died in the attacks. Countries around the world are urging the warring parties to show restraint. The latest escalation follows weeks of fighting along the country's shared border, with both claiming that dozens of people have been killed. High-level nuclear talks between the United States and Iran have concluded in Geneva, with the foreign minister of the mediator country, Oman, saying significant progress have been made, though the prospects for a deal that could avert war remain unclear. Omani Foreign Minister Badr al-Busaidi said talks would be held in Vienna next week. At a technical level, there is no immediate comment from U.S. or Iranian officials. Iran's delegation to Thursday's talks was led by Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Agharchi, who called the talks a historic opportunity. Agharchi said the deal was within reach for both sides. Trump's special envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, who were also present at the previous two meetings, joined the talks on the U.S. side. Meanwhile, the U.S. has significantly increased its military presence in the Middle East amid the talks. 9 people have been killed and at least 17 injured in attacks by Ukraine in several areas near the Russian border. 4 people have been killed and 16 injured in a counterattack by Russian forces in Ukraine. However, peace talks between the United States, Russia, and Ukraine are set to resume amid the ongoing attacks. Ukraine carried out a deadly drone attack on a fertilizer factory in the city of Dorogobusk in Russia's Smolensk region on Wednesday. Several people were killed in the attack 290 kilometers from the border. Russian officials claim that the attack was carried out with at least 20 explosive-laden drones, which is one of the deadliest attacks on the Russian industrial facility in the past 4 years of war. Amid the bloody fighting, U.S. President Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff has hoped for progress in peace talks. Now, sports news. Cricket. New Zealand has scored 159 runs, losing 7 wickets in 20 overs against England in Super 8 match of T20 World Cup when the report has last come in. Earlier winning the toss, New Zealand opted to bat first at R. Premadasa International Cricket Stadium in Colombo of Sri Lanka. England has already secured place in the semi-final from Group A. England, known as the Three Lions, do not have much of a headache about the outcome of the match, but there are various equations for New Zealand known as the Black Caps. Meanwhile, India is on its way to the last 4 with a dominant win against Zimbabwe.